aliens might not have landed on your front lawn yet, but they might do anytime soon, because archaeologists keep finding stuff that screams about their existence. From bizarre artifacts to mysterious remains, these discoveries will convince you that we are not the only tenants of Earth. Let's get started. Number 1. The Atacama Skeleton. The Atacama Desert is generally known for being one of the driest places on Earth, but when things went weird in 2003, it became the hub of mystery. It all started when a local man stumbled upon a tiny skeleton in this desert. This skeleton was no more than 6 inches tall, and it had very unusual features. People nicknamed this baby skeleton Ada. This strange find had an elongated skull with disproportionately large eye sockets and only 10 pairs of ribs instead of the usual 12 pairs. And so some alien enthusiasts were quick to declare it an undeniable proof of alien life.
The findings have attracted the attention of NASA, which will send experts to Chile in March to look at the theory.
This mystery and the curiosity behind it only deepened when Ada became the subject of many documentaries, debates, and scientific investigation. However, in 2018, DNA testing said that Ada was a human fetus, or a young child who suffered from multiple genetic disorders affecting bone development.
Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
While this solved the part of the mystery, people still weren't convinced. So many people still believe that this tiny being might have been part of a human-alien hybrid experiment. And this is how Ada still remains relevant and also one of the most talked about discoveries of the 21st century. Number 2. The Nazca Mummy. I think by now, we all know about Peru's globally known Nazca line, but what we do not know is that in these lines, one of the strangest discoveries of the decade was hidden. And this discovery was revealed when, in 2017, researchers revealed several mummified bodies with strange features like 3-fingered hands, elongated heads, and slender, alien-like bodies. These mummies were presented in a global press conference, and they sparked a worldwide interest.
Have been presented as evidence of an ancient pre-Columbian civilization that predates the Inca Empire.
The mummies were supposedly carbon dated to over 1,000 years old, which added an ancient twist to the already mysterious story. However, things took a turn when experts began examining the evidence. A detailed analysis revealed that these so-called mummies were nothing less than hoaxes. Scientists said that these were constructed by combining human and animal bone, wrapped in synthetic materials to give them a mummified appearance. Now, even though the science is clear, the public fascination with the Nazca mummies still exists. Because people think that after all, why would someone go to such lengths to just make up fake alien remains? Maybe all of this could be to hide a deeper truth, or simply just a tactic for fame. Number 3, the Roswell Incident. Let's rewind to 1947, which is a very significant year for the UFO folklores. This all started in Roswell, New Mexico, when a local farmer, Mac Brazel, discovered debris scattered across his property. The debris contained a metallic fragment, strange beams, and something that looked like tinfoil. When the military stepped in, things got a bit weird. Their initial press release announced the recovery of a flying disc. But that's not just it. Just a day later, they changed the story and claimed that it was a weather balloon. Sounds fishy. But decades later, many witnesses started coming forward with shocking stories of alien bodies recovering from the crash site.
Government cover-up theories, birthing claims of alien involvement and concealed evidence.
And even secret autopsies conducted by the government. This led to a bunch of speculation, documentaries, and the now infamous Area 51 conspiracy theory. While official investigations have repeatedly debunked claims of any alien remains, Roswell continues to be a focal point for those who still believe in aliens. So guys, maybe it is just a case of government cover-up, or maybe the imagination of an alien-obsessed public. Number 4. The Paraka Skull. In 1928, Peruvian archaeologist Julio Tello made a discovery that has the potential to baffle scientists for decades. If you can't guess what it was about, over 300 skulls with extreme elongation were found in a graveyard near Paracas. And these weren't your average human skulls. They had their cranial volumes up to 25% larger than the average human, and also weighed significantly more. These could easily be the remains of an ancient alien species that once walked among us. Further investigation reports say that these skulls were more likely the result of cranial deformation.
Is most likely the result of head binding, which involves wrapping the heads of infants while their skulls are still soft.
Which was a cultural practice where the heads of the infants were bound to create elongated shapes. But the twist is, DNA testing on some of these skulls suggested they had genetic markers unlike any known human population. And this fact has made the Paraka skulls one of archaeology's most interesting mysteries till this date. Number 5. The Siberian alien skeleton. Siberia is known for its vast jungle and secrets buried beneath acres of ice, and it stood true to what it is known for. When archaeologists discovered a skeleton in 2015 that seemed nothing less than a fictional character. It was found near Lake Zuratkul, and the remains had a stretched-out skull and unusual bone structure. Both the local people and theorists were quick to label it an alien. They said that it weirdly resembles the classic gray alien prototype, which is very famous in UFO tales. But further studies stated that the skeleton belonged to a prehistoric human woman. The stretched-out skull was most likely the result of intentional cranial deformation, because this was a cultural practice among her community. But even with this explanation, people still wonder about the reason ancient humans would do these weird things to alter their appearance. I mean, what if they have been imitating some visitors from the stars? Maybe this is the truth that we have been looking for, or maybe we just don't know about it. Number 6. The Bong Pipes. In the remote mountains of China, near Mount Baigong, one of the most baffling discoveries of modern times was found. It is a series of metallic pipes embedded deep within the rock. These pipes are of different sizes each. Some of the pipes even reach the depths of over 260 feet. They were first brought to public attention in the early 2000s, but their in-depth analysis revealed that they are very, very ancient, probably from even before the human civilization itself. And what's even more astonishing about them is their composition. Some tests showed that the pipes were made of iron and silicon dioxide, with some of them containing up to 8% of an unknown material. Some scientists said that they could be the result of natural geological processes, but others say that they might have been created by an advanced ancient civilization, or they might be the skillful work of visitors from beyond our Earth. To this day, no proper explanation has been given for these pipes, leaving the Bong Pipes shrouded in mystery top to bottom. Number 7. The Eural alien mummy. The barren Ural Mountains of Russia are the center for fairy tales and legends. But the discovery of a strange mummy in 1996 brought those tales to a whole new level. This weird mummy was found in the town of Kishtim, and the remains were just 10 to 12 inches tall. It also had an abnormally large skull, unusually long limbs, and an almost alien appearance. Locals named the creature Alyoshenka, and its arrival brewed whispers of alien origins. The mummy was examined by local medical experts who concluded that its bone structure and proportions didn't match any known human or animal species.
The curiosity pleased him very much, and the man washed it, dried it in the sun, and put it in the refrigerator.
While some people say that it could be a severely deformed human fetus, others believe that its features were too alien to dismiss. But unfortunately, Alyoshenka's fate is as mysterious as its origin, because the remains disappeared shortly after being confiscated by authorities. This only left eyewitness remarks and blurry photos as the evidence. Today, Alyoshenka is a local tale, and many people point to the government's evil role in covering up its alien origin. People also say that it was a misunderstood anomaly of nature, but the truth behind this tiny, enigmatic figure may never be known. Number 8. The Dropa Stone. In 1938, an archaeological expedition into the remote Bayanhar Mountains of China discovered some astonishing ancient stuff. It was a set of 716 stone discs buried within caves. These were named as the Dropa Stones. These stones are circular, and they have a spiral groove that seems to encode a form of writing. When the stones were thoroughly analyzed, researchers noted that the grooves of the stones had a very weird similarity to data storage device. Initial translations of the carvings stated a fantastic narrative. According to the deciphered text, the Dropa Stones tell the story of a spacecraft that crash-landed in the region over some 12,000 years ago. The ship's occupants were small and fragile beings, and they struggled to survive among the local inhabitants. While many scientists say that the stones are a kind of a prank, others were still intrigued by their complexity. The discs also contain traces of cobalt and other metals, which means that they might have been exposed to high levels of radiation. Wait, there's more to the story. Interestingly or not, the artifacts just vanished from public view in the mid-20th century. When this happened, no museum or institution claimed to possess them. So, from my understanding, these stones might be the key to get a step closer to Earth's ancient extraterrestrial encounters. Or they might simply be a misunderstood artifact from a lost culture. Number 9. The Star Child Skull. Discovered in a remote Mexican cave in the 1930s, the Star Child skull has puzzled scientists and researchers for decades. The skull was found buried alongside a human skeleton, and it was anything but ordinary. Its unusual features included an enlarged cranial cavity, which was 50% larger than that of an average human. Other than this, it has unusually dense bone and shallow eye sockets that seemed like they were designed for oversized eyes. What makes the Star Child skull even more interesting is its genetic analysis.
Very, very unusual eyes. Unusual in so many ways. No sinuses. We've had all kinds of testing done, not just taking it to experts to get their opinion.
In the early 2000s, researchers attempted to sequence its DNA. While the maternal DNA was identified as human, attempts to decode the paternal DNA yielded unexpected results. And this led to a guess that the skull might belong to a human-alien hybrid or an entirely unknown species. Some people say that the skull's odd features could result from congenital deformities such as hydrocephalus. However, supporters of the alien hybrid theory point to the skull's density and unique structure. And to be honest, it does go against all traditional explanations. Number 10. The Tunguska Events Metallic Mystery. On June 30th in 1908, a massive explosion happened in Siberia's distant Tunguska region. This explosion flattened over 800 square miles of forest. The blast was so powerful that it could be felt thousands of miles away, yet no impact crater was ever found. The official explanation of what happened is that a meteoroid or comet had already exploded mid-air, but some strange findings reveal something far more mysterious. After the explosion happened, some search teams reportedly discovered small fragments of metallic debris scattered across the area. These fragments were described as unusually lightweight and heat-resistant, and they did not match the composition of any known terrestrial material at the time. Witnesses in nearby villages also reported seeing strange glowing objects in the sky, leading some people to believe that the event was caused by a malfunctioning alien spacecraft.
The meteor was traveling at about 27 kilometers per second, and within 5 to 10 kilometers above the surface, it most likely exploded in an airburst.
Over the years, scientific expeditions have tried to gain more evidence, but the site remains mysterious. Now, nobody knows for sure, but these fragments could be remnants of an alien craft that exploded in our atmosphere, or they could merely be byproducts of a natural celestial phenomenon. Whatever they are, the Tunguska event remains one of Earth's greatest mysteries, with questions still lingering over a century later. Number 11. The Mori Island UFO debris. In the June of 1947, Harold Dahl was watching over the waters near Mori Island, Washington. He claimed to see 6 flying saucers hovering in the sky while he was on duty. According to Dahl, one of the crafts began to stop working, ejecting molten metallic debris that rained down on the water and his boat. And tragically, this debris reportedly killed his dog and also injured his son. Dahl collected some of the material, which he described as resembling molten lava, but with metallic properties. When investigators analyzed the fragments, they noted their unusual composition, including elements not typically found together in nature. Some people dismissed the incident as a trick, but the story took a darker turn when Dahl later denied his claims. He said that he had been threatened by some mysterious men in black. Despite the conflicting narratives, the Mori Island incident is one of the earliest UFO cases involving physical evidence. Whether it is a fake or a genuine encounter, the story has become one of the most interesting ones among all the UFO tales. Number 12. The Nola Meteorite. On a hot, humid day in 1911, the sleepy village of Nola in Egypt was shaken by a strange scenario. A meteorite raced through the atmosphere, breaking apart and scattering fragments across the desert sands. It was named as the Nazca Meteorite, and it was soon identified as a piece of Mars. This was an astonishing discovery that linked the red planet to our own in a mysterious way. When scientists further examined the fragments, they were stunned to find microscopic structures that had a striking resemblance to fossilized microorganisms. Other than this, the meteorite also contained traces of water, further strengthening the case for Mars as a once habitable planet. What sets the Nazca meteorite apart isn't just its Martian origins, but the weird tales surrounding it, like when some local people said that a farmer's dog was struck and vaporized by one of the fragments. And this led to various stories of a cosmic curse. Number 13. The IUD Aluminum Wedge. Some construction workers were busy digging near IUD, Romania in 1974 when they found something mind-blowing. It was a weird metallic object buried along the fossilized mastodon bone. This object was roughly the size of a small hammerhead. This artifact was made of an aluminum alloy, which is an advanced material that shouldn't have existed 11,000 years ago, let alone million. The wedge's unusual composition and advanced machining marks left the experts amazed.
Was it a relic of a lost civilization? A testament to the possibilities of time travel? Or simply a modern object misplaced by time?
Some tests revealed that it contained aluminum, mixed with other metals like copper and silicon, forming an alloy that seemed very modern. Aluminum wasn't produced in significant quantities until the 19th century, so how did this artifact end up alongside ancient remains? Some theorists believe that the wedge could be part of an ancient spacecraft, or even a tool left behind by alien. People also say that it might be a piece of modern machinery that somehow became embedded in ancient sediment. But despite its mysterious origins, the IUD Aluminum Wedge has been quietly stored away. This has left people wondering if it's a genuine artifact, or a clue to our forgotten past. Number 14. The Ica Stone. In the deserted sands of Ica, Peru, there is a treasure of mysterious artifacts that are beyond explanation. These are known as the Ica Stone. These stones are polished black rocks that are engraved with intricate images depicting humans coexisting with dinosaurs. The images also depict performing advanced surgeries and operating something like machines. Among the carvings, there also are figures resembling humanoids with large heads and almond-shaped eyes. The stones were brought to light in the 1960s by Dr. Javier Cabrera. He believed that these stones talk about a lost civilization with knowledge far beyond its time. However, some people say that the stones are a bluff because of the inconsistencies in their discovery and carving technique. But still, their massive volume and numbering in the thousands raises many questions about their origin. Number 15. The San Pedro Mummy. In 1934, two gold prospectors were exploring the San Pedro Mountains of Wyoming. All of a sudden, they stumbled upon a small cave that had an astonishing thing hidden inside. This mysterious object was a tiny mummified figure. This mummy was no larger than 14 inches in height. People named it as the San Pedro Mummy. It had a flattened nose, deep set of eyes, and a leathery texture that gave it a strange appearance.
Explanation as to how it got there. But if it's something else, what do the legends of the Shoshone say about little people? The Shoshone people have legends about little people known as the Namerigar.
When X-rays were conducted, the mummy revealed a fully formed skeleton, complete with ribs and teeth. This made some people believe that it was an adult of an unknown species. And the most interesting part about this is that there are local fictional tales of the little people in the region. The little people, mentioned in the tales, were a race of tiny humanoids said to inhabit the mountain. However, other people said that it was the mummified remains of an infant or a person with an inherited disorder. The mystery further deepened when the mummy vanished after being sold to private collectors, while leaving little to nothing behind as a proof of their existence. Number 16. The Cydonia Face on Mars. NASA's Viking. One spacecraft captured an image of the Martian surface in 1976. This image soon sparked one of the most famous and controversial discussions in the history of alien research. The image is titled as The Face on Mars. It is situated in the Cydonia, and this formation resembles a giant human face, with eyes, a nose, and a mouth, carved into the Martian landscape. Initially, it was quickly cleared as a trick of the light and shadows. But the image was revisited in the 1990s when clearer, higher resolution photos from NASA's Mars Global Surveyor were taken. These photos revealed that the formation was far less human-like than it was initially believed to be. It appeared to be a natural mesa, or hill, with a resemblance to a face. But this did nothing to silence the alien fanatics. For some people, the face on Mars is a proof that an ancient advanced civilization once lived on the red planet, and they believe that these ancient civilizations have left behind monuments or symbols for future explorers. This has left some people still hoping for further discoveries on Mars that could confirm or debunk this theory. Number 17. The Lovelock Cave Giant. Deep in the Nevada desert, Lovelock Cave hides an ancient mystery. In the early 20th century, miners working near the cave discovered the mummified remains of a giant humanoid species. Some people have described these mummies as red-haired giant. According to local Paiute Native American, these weird beings were called the Saite-Ka, and they were infamous for their anger towards the surrounding tribe. The Paiute people claimed that these giants had red hair, were over 10 feet tall, and had an unquenchable thirst for violence. They were said to have been wiped out after the tribes trapped them in the cave and set fire to it. When researchers discovered the mummies, they found the evidence that these beings were indeed much taller and more stronger than the average human. The discovery of large skeletal remains raised questions like, were these giants from a different species of human, or perhaps a race of ancient beings with extraterrestrial origin? Well, guess we will never know. Number 18, the Baltic Sea Anomaly. A group of treasure hunters were exploring the depths of the Baltic Sea in 2011. Unexpectedly, they stumbled upon an object unlike anything they had ever seen. It appeared to be a perfectly circular, metallic structure resting on the seafloor at a depth of over 90 meters. This mysterious object started an international discussion. The object, which came to be known as the Baltic Sea Anomaly, seemed to resemble the shape of a UFO.
The team were able to recover approximately 3,000 bottles of champagne and 14 barrels of cognac before poor weather conditions closed in and aided the sea in reclaiming the wreck forever.
Because it had all the right angles and a circular design that seemed almost too perfect to be natural. Initial sonar scans revealed that the object's structure was highly symmetrical, leading some people to think it was an alien craft that had crashed on Earth thousands of years ago, whereas some other people said that it was a natural geological formation shaped by erosion over the course of centuries. Though its exact nature still remains unknown, the Baltic Sea Anomaly has captivated those who believe that the mysteries of the sea could one day bring forward the proof of alien life. Number 19. The Shigar idol and its alien origin. The Shigar idol was discovered in 1894 in the Ural Mountains of Russia. It is one of the oldest wooden sculptures ever found. It is estimated to be around 11,000 years old. But what makes this idol stand out isn't just its age, but its strange, alien-like appearance. Standing at nearly 9 feet tall, the idol features detailed carvings of faces, humanoid figures, and abstract symbols. Many of these carvings seem to depict strange beings with elongated skulls and large eyes, resembling modern depictions of aliens. The idol's carvings are so complex and detailed that some believe it could be a representation of aliens who visited Earth in ancient times. The exact purpose of the idol remains unclear, but some people say that it might have been used for ritualistic or religious purposes, possibly in the worship of alien visitors. While archaeologists say that the idol is simply a product of early human art, people who believe in aliens still claim that its unusual features and complex design are proof of an encounter with some kind of beings from another world. Number 20. The Koo Artifact. In 1961, 3 rock collectors near Olancha, California, came across a strange object inside a geode. It was a metallic, cylindrical piece that resembled a modern spark plug. This object is known as the Koo Artifact. It was embedded in a rock that had formed over 5 lakh years ago, far before the invention of modern technology. Researchers were initially very baffled, because it is unbelievable to find such an advanced device in the ancient geological layers. The artifact's design matched a spark plug in both size and shape, and what this means is that this artifact might be a piece of lost technology, or an ancient alien artifact. Some alien researchers thought that it could be a part of an ancient alien spacecraft, while people denied it, saying that it is a modern object accidentally buried in rock. But further analysis of the surrounding rock layers confirmed that the artifact had indeed been trapped inside over a period of hundreds of thousands of years. While we are unsure about its exact origins, the Koo Artifact is still one of the most perplexing objects in the history of archaeology. Well, now that's it for today, guys. If you like such content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.